Chapter 290, Rushing to be my cultivation beast? The remnant lightning flashed and emitted a sizzling sound. Song Shi's hair was disheveled and he looked disheveled. His golden body was charred black. The lightning tribulation had actually injured him. Song Shi raised his head and looked at the dark clouds that seemed to be brewing an even more terrifying lightning tribulation. He was a little speechless. Why is it similar to the Immortal Opportunity platform in Langia Mystic Realm? Are they all tailor-made according to strength? Boom! There was an explosion of thunder, but it did not condense in the end. Like a dud, it quickly dissipated. It's still only 2 strikes. Is there a restriction to the lightning tribulation? Seeing the lightning tribulation dissipate, Song Shi revealed a curious expression. Even after the dark clouds dissipated, he still did not discover anything. This was probably not something he could see through now. After the lightning tribulation, the nomological power in Song Shi's body became even purer, and his transformed essence, ki, and spirit stabilized. He successfully stepped into the nascent soul realm. From today onwards, please call me Lord Bloodrobes or Lord Martial Emperor. Song Shi chuckled. Then why aren't you wearing bloody clothes? Bai Yuer teased. That's right, please call me Lord Immortal Martial Emperor. Song Shi was smug and changed his nickname. The blood-robed old ghost alias was already outdated. All right, true Lord Immortal, Bai Yuer said perfunctorily. In the surroundings, the powerhouses of the Snake Clan, who had caused too much commotion because of the lightning tribulation, looked over curiously when they saw the powerhouses of their clan treat this captured human like this. Let's go back and continue. Song Shi reopened the teleportation door and returned to the underground palace in 1 step. Can you not say that I'm your pet in front of my people? It's so embarrassing. Bai Yuer followed behind and said with a red face. Then I will have one less method to put on a cool front in front of others. Song Shi shrugged, but don't worry. From today onwards, I'll keep a low profile and stop being pretentious. Thank you, true Lord Immortal. Bai Yuer heaved a sigh of relief. Get your subordinates to prepare a batch of cultivation materials for me. In half a month, when Black Snake comes, I will defeat him. Song Shi threw out a piece of paper condensed from nomological power. On it were the materials needed to refine the Spirit Command Talisman. This talisman was too high level. He could not draw it out of thin air with the help of the Heavenly Talisman technique. He needed the help of some spiritual materials. Yes. Bai Yuer took it. After reading the contents, she sent a voice transmission to her subordinates to prepare. Song Shi said, "Come, help me cultivate." Yeah, of course. Bai Yuer obediently cooperated with Song Shi and allowed him to take whatever he wanted. Song Shi could freely control the power of dual cultivation and begin to transform the other golden cores into nascent souls. His realm had already broken through. The only thing he lacked in condensing other nascent souls was power. The proportion of power that Song Shi devoured was getting higher and higher, rapidly increasing from half to 99%. Bai Yuer was very shocked to see Song Shi devouring spiritual energy crazily. At this moment, the other party had condensed multiple nascent souls at the same time. The requirement for strength was actually similar to hers, and he had completely reached the soul transformation realm. As expected, with his foundation, as long as he breaks through, his combat strength will be comparable to the soul transformation realm. Bai Yuer thought to herself, if he really keeps a low profile, it's actually not bad to follow him. If there's a chance, I'll see if I can make a child with him and raise my status. The fact that she had been controlled by him could no longer be changed. She could only try her best to fight for more benefits in other ways. As nascent souls condensed one after another, Song Shi's realm remained unchanged. His total amount of nomological power increased exponentially, and his aura became more and more majestic, like an unfathomable ocean. A week later, Song Shi's aura reached its peak. With a thought, 9 nascent souls appeared. Each nascent soul was extremely exquisite, surrounded by the 9 suns like fire spirits. I am considered to have completely stepped into the early stage nascent soul realm. Song Shi muttered to himself and looked at Bai Yuer. Are the materials ready? Done. Bai Yuer waved her hand, and a pile of items flew over. You've helped me cultivate for half a month. It's quite tiring. Go and break through. I'll deal with the old snake. Song Shi had given Bai Yuer a chance to break through. But even if the other party had reached the late-stage soul transformation realm, she would not be able to break free from his control. Yes. Bai Yuer was overjoyed as she began to gather her strength in preparation for her breakthrough. Song Shi held the materials for refining talismans. There was a piece of soul transformation beast skin, a few spiritual ores, and a few special materials inside. He checked them. They were all high-quality spiritual materials that contained abundant spirituality and were expensive. It was difficult for ordinary nascent soul cultivators to gather them. The speed of acquiring them was not too slow for a large demon clan. He raised his hand and a ball of nascent flame condensed with a puff. The surrounding space fluctuated slightly. This fire was even stronger than true fire. It was inferior to the spiritual fire that could only be condensed at the soul transformation realm. Of course, his nascent fire was much stronger. He melted the materials and fused a portion into the beast skin, refining it into a special talisman paper. The material became even more hardy. The remaining materials were refined into a ball of silver talisman liquid. Because the spiritual energy contained in it was too dense, the talisman liquid emitted a dazzling light. Song Shi drew a few strokes on the talisman paper and cut it into 9 small pieces. Then, he used his fingers as a pen, dipped them in the talisman liquid and drew it on a talisman paper. As the silver liquid fused into the talisman paper, Song Shi's dharmic powers fused as well, forming spirit patterns. After these spirit patterns were combined, powerful fluctuations began to spread. While Song Shi was refining the spirit command talisman, a ball of black gas suddenly appeared outside the underground palace. It was the Black Snake Demon Venerable, who had came over at the agreed time. The guards along the way did not dare to stop this venerable among the demons. Black Snake directly came to the door and said coldly, "Fairy White Snake, the half-year period is up. Shouldn't you hand him over?" The palace was silent and there was no reply. Black Snake's face darkened. "Fairy White Snake, I know you're here. Don't pretend to be mute." Just as his expression was unfriendly, intense nomological power fluctuations suddenly came from the palace. Bai Yuer had begun to break through. Black Snake was shocked. How is that possible? She broke through again so quickly. Could it be because she helped that person condense his nascent soul half a month ago and the cultivation effect increased? Half a month ago, Song Shi's breakthrough had caused quite a commotion. As one of the 2 venerables of the Snake Clan, he naturally knew about it. He only thought that Bai Yuer had helped this human breakthrough to achieve a better cultivation effect. There was still no response. His expression was gloomy. "Since you're not coming out, don't blame me for attacking." He was unwilling to let the other party break through. If that happened, his cultivation level would be a level lower. At that time, if the other party was unwilling to hand Song Shi over, he might not be able to snatch him. "I have to stop her from breaking through," he thought to himself. He immediately turned into a huge black snake and slammed into the underground palace. Boom! The cave trembled violently and erupted with brilliant light, forming a barrier to block it. "Hey Emph, do you really think this thing can stop me?" Black Snake opened his mouth and spat out a large amount of bone transformation poison. He landed on the array formation barrier like mud, and a sizzling sound of corrosion instantly sounded. The Black Snake had just started to forcefully break the formation when another strange fluctuation suddenly erupted in the palace. Then, a golden fire dragon flew out. Roar! The fire dragon roared, and its 1,000-meter-long body carried monstrous flames. With a bang, it knocked Black Snake body back. "Why are you in such a hurry? Are you rushing to be my cultivation beast?"